Hi there! So today, me and my group members would like to present about skeletal muscle. First, I will introduce myself and also my group members. I am the first presenter and my name is CAROLYN CHERIDA. This is our second presenter, ABDUL HALIM EQMAL. Our third presenter will be Eliana and our last presenter will be Brett. We are from AS12018. Muscle type. There are three types of muscle in the human body: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. Each muscle cell is called a fiber. The three fiber types differ in structure and function within the body. But today, our group will only discuss about skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle structure. During early development of skeletal muscle, undifferentiated myoblasts fuse to form a single multinucleated cylinder or fiber. Differentiation is completed by birth, after which the muscle fibers increase in size but not in number. Adult muscle fibers can vary in length from a few millimeters to almost a meter. This is a figure of skeletal muscle. In the body, connective tissue surround each muscle fiber. Each bundle of muscle fibers, called a fascicle, and several fascicles to form a muscle. The connective tissue wrapping is essential to force transduction. At the end of the muscle, the connective tissue continues as a tendon which usually attaches the muscle to bone. Skeletal muscle often overlaps a joint in the limb, thereby allowing for lever action. Each muscle fiber is filled with longitudinally arranged myofibrils, whose number determines the force generating capacity of the muscle fiber. Each myofibril extends the length of the muscle fiber. Myofibrils are composed of myofilaments, which are polymers of the contractile proteins actin and myosin. Actin is called the thin filament. Myosin is the thick filament.
Next, I would like to present about muscle tension. Tension? What is tension? Tension is the mechanical response of a single muscle fiber to a single action potential. It's called a twitch. Latent period. Latent period is an action potential. There is brief period before tension. The force exerted on an object develops. The action potential of a single impulse lasts only 2 milliseconds. The associated contraction times twitch lasts for 10,100 milliseconds. This means that repeat stimulation of a skeletal muscle will cause summation of the contractions and there is no relaxation and fuse tetanus is reached. So that you can see the picture that showing the graph of the tension. Not all muscle fibers have the same contraction times. Some fast fibers contract in 10 milliseconds. Slower fibers take 10 milliseconds or longer. The duration depends on the SR-ATPase activity. Tension and load. The tension generated vary with load. In order for a muscle to shorten and thereby move a load, muscle tension must exceed the opposing load. Maximal velocity or shortening occurs with no opposing load. In isotonic contractions, the muscle shorten and move the load. Highest load lengthen the latent period, slow the velocity of shortening, shorten the duration of contractions, and shorten the distance moved. In isometric contractions, the muscle develops tension but does not shorten or lengthen because the opposing load equals or exceeds the force generation of the muscle.
Next is skeletal muscle metabolism. What is skeletal muscle metabolism? Skeletal muscle metabolism is a highly coordinated process involving crosstalk between immune and muscle cells. There are two reactions influencing the skeletal muscle metabolism: aerobic reaction and anaerobic reaction. What is aerobic reaction? Aerobic reaction is an activity that lasts longer than half a minute, depends on aerobic respiration. From the picture on the slide, the aerobic respiration, we can see that pyruvic acid entering the mitochondria is completely oxidized, generating ATP, carbon dioxide, water, and heat. Each molecule of glucose yields about 36 molecules of ATP. Muscle tissue has two sources of oxygen: oxygen from hemoglobin in the blood and oxygen released by myoglobin in the muscle cell. Myoglobin and hemoglobin are oxygen-binding proteins. Aerobic respiration supplies ATP for prolonged activity. Aerobic respiration provides more than 90% of needed ATP in activities lasting more than 10 minutes. An aerobic reaction. What is an aerobic reaction? An aerobic reaction is a series of ATP-producing reactions that do not require oxygen. Glucose is used to generate ATP when the supply of creatine phosphates is depleted. Glucose is derived from the blood and from glycogen stored in muscle fibers. Glycolysis breaks down glucose into molecules of pyruvic acid and produces two molecules of ATP. If sufficient oxygen is present, pyruvic acid formed by glycolysis enters aerobic respiration pathway, producing a large amount of ATP. If oxygen levels are low, anaerobic reactions convert pyruvic acid to lactic acid, which is carried away by the blood. Anaerobic respiration can provide enough energy for about 30 to 40 seconds of muscle activity.
Hi, and now I want to share about skeletal muscle fiber types. Skeletal muscle fiber types are classified into one of three types, distinguished by the speed of the myosin ATPase and preferred metabolism. So let us take a look. Skeletal muscle fibers types. There are three: fast glycolytic fibers fatigue quickly, fast oxidative glycolytic fibers resist fatigue, slow oxidative fibers resist fatigue. Fast fibers undergo cross-bridge, cycling about 4 times faster than slow fibers. Oxidative fibers contain lots of mitochondria for aerobic metabolism during tasks that require endurance. So what is recruitment in skeletal muscle fiber types? Recruitment is the process of activating different types of muscle fibers within a fascicle in response to need. Recruitment starts with slow, oxidative fibers that do not provide a lot of force but can provide fine muscle control. If more tension is needed, fast oxidative glycolytic fibers can be recruited. And now we take a look at diseases that caused by their malfunction. First of all, dermatomyositis, aka DM. Look at the picture, looks gross, right? So that is the disease. Dermatomyositis or DM, often seen in a women. Causes: the cause is immune system mistakenly attacks your body tissues. So what are those symptoms are? The symptoms of DM is distinctive rash, muscle weakness, inflamed and painful muscles. Secondly, rhabdomyolysis. Rhabdomyolysis causes because of death of muscle fibers and release of their contents into the bloodstream. Yes, it sounds gross, it more gross if you look into the bloodstream. This disease, rhabdomyolysis, can lead to kidney failure. The symptoms of rhabdomyolysis are muscle pain in the shoulder, thighs, and lower back. And of course, dark urine, it colored in red or brown. The final disease we will talk about today is Becker muscular dystrophy. And look at the picture. It looks like a kid attempt to draw a superhero. Joke aside, this is very serious disease. It causes by muscles lack of dystrophins that causes cells be fragile and easily damaged. So the symptoms are calf muscles appear large as the picture at here, frequently falls because of their unbalanced gravity, and belly sticks out due to weak muscles. So let us recap all of the three. Dermatomyositis, or aka DM, is extinctive rash, very serious and really gross looking disease. Rhabdomyolysis, and lastly Becker muscular dystrophy. This I don't know how this man or woman can stand in two legs, but most of them using wheelchair. And that's all from us group 4. I hope you guys get all this informative info about skeletal muscle. I hope you're enjoying it, and this is all from us. Thank you. We worked so hard for this. Thank you very much for watching.